why you're not getting the results that you want in your business, how to avoid the cycle of what we call the valley of despair, and how to achieve anything that you put your mind to. What's up, guys? Jordan Correces here, co-owner of the WLMA, the most result-based business mastermind for wedding photographers and filmmakers worldwide. We help a ton of our students scale to the six-figure and multiple six-figure level. And in this video, I'm going to help you avoid one of the most toxic cycles business owners go through that keep them from achieving their financial goals. So without further ado, let's dive in. But before we dive in, make sure to like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more of our content. Now let's move right over to my computer. What's up, WLMA family? We are headed into 2023. Now is the time to really push your businesses forward so you can get the results that you want. But after me and the team, coaching almost 1,000 students worldwide, we see this toxic cycle in most business owners that keep them from getting the results that they want in their business. So I'm going to teach you what this toxic cycle is. I'm going to share why this happens, how you can avoid it, so we can really scale more businesses this year. We want you guys to hit some amazing levels for 2023. So let's dive right into this short video. So most business owners, let's say that they decide to start a business, or let's say, you already have an established wedding photography business and you decide you want to learn a new skill. You want to learn Facebook ads, SEO, or sales, because those are necessary skills that it takes to actually take your business to new levels. Most people, when they decide to learn a new skill or they decide to start a new business, even outside of the business world, start off in this place called uninformed optimism. Pretty much they say, oh, wow, people get results when they use this strategy. Screw it. I'm going to do it. Sign me up. Now, the thing is, though, when you end up in this place of uninformed optimism, as you continue learning, as you continue trying to grow your business and implementing these new skills, most people end up on this place right over here called informed pessimism. Pretty much when you say, oh shit, Facebook ads is a lot harder than I thought. This is really difficult. Sales and SEO is actually a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. The thing is, though, it gets even worse. When most people end up in informed pessimism, it usually doesn't get better. Most people end up in this area right over here, and it's called the Valley of Despair. Pretty much, when they realize, wow, growing a business is a lot harder than I think, or these new skills that I wanted to learn is a lot harder than I think, they end up in a place where they end up in this valley of despair. They slowly quit. They quickly quit. They start blaming maybe the government. They start blaming their coach. They start blaming that they didn't get the support that they needed. And they never really get to the goals that they wanted to achieve. The sad thing is, very few people get past the valley of despair. It's something that everyone goes through. But I would say maybe 10%, maybe even less, get past this level of the valley of despair. And very few end up over here. Informed optimism. And informed optimism is when you are pretty much saying, okay, I understand what it takes to grow my business. I can do this. I understand what it takes to master the skill of Facebook ads or sales or SEO, whatever the skill is. But you have a clear understanding of what it truly takes, and you know that you can handle this. You know that you can do this. And it is only people who start at informed optimism, or they get through the valley of despair and they finally get to informed optimism. Those are the only people who find financial success in their business. Wedding photography, filmmaking, even this is even a problem outside of the wedding industry. Very few people get past the valley of despair into informed optimism and finally build a successful business. And this is what that cycle looks like. That majority, I've even experienced this myself when I'm learning a new skill, or the times when I did start a new business, this cycle right over here. Now, the thing is, though, this is where things get worse. Let's say you are currently in, this area right over here. Maybe, you're trying to learn Facebook ads. Maybe you're trying to learn sales or SEO, and you're in this stage of informed pessimism or the valley of despair. Majority of people, or maybe you're starting a new business, majority of people end up in this area of valley of despair, and they see a new opportunity. Maybe that new opportunity is another ad that's like, oh, not Facebook ads, TikTok ads. Oh, not funnels, uh, TikTok reels, whatever it is. And they end up from valley despair to this new opportunity, to uninformed optimism all over again, informed pessimism, to the valley of despair again, in this never ending cycle. And this never ending cycle that I'm showing you with my mouse right over here is called shiny object syndrome. And people who end up in this cycle of shiny object syndrome, they never master a skill. They're what I call dabblers. They are dabblers, and a dabbler cannot build a successful, financially successful business. You have to commit to the hard things. You have to build mastery in the skills that are hard. And, often people, they end up in this place of shiny object syndrome. They never truly master the skills that they need to know. They never get to their goals. And usually if they end up in this cycle of shiny object syndrome for too long, those are the people that end up skeptics. Those are the people who think things are always scams because they never truly achieved the things that they wanted to achieve. They have a base layer of knowledge from very shallow implementation, but they've never built the skill of mastery. So, hard question I want to ask you, is this you? Are you in shiny object syndrome? Are you in informed pessimism? Are you in the valley of despair? Are you already looking for new opportunities, but you have not taken the time to truly master a skill? Because if that is you, you're not going to reach the goals that you want. Now, what I want to do over here is I want to break down. Now we know what shiny object syndrome is. We know what these cycles look like. We know that we want to get to informed optimism and reach these successful goals and not get caught up in this valley of despair. How can we avoid shiny object syndrome? So I'm going to scroll right over here. This is how we can avoid shiny object syndrome. First off, be aware and realize the grass is not always greener on the other side. After going over through those graphs, the only way you're going to avoid shiny object syndrome is if you're aware that you've done it before, that you're doing it now, or being aware that you're in that valley of despair or you're in uninformed pessimism. And, try to get yourself into the informed optimism. And understand the grass is not always greener on the other side. And that gets to my next point right over here. And by the way, backing up here, when I say the grass is not always greener on the other side, that's when you always see new opportunities that you think are the answer, and you always end up in that cycle. Oftentimes, you're just going to end up in that same cycle, ending up in the valley of despair. Next point over here, don't be a dabbler, commit to mastery. And committing to mastery is a long-term commitment. If you are a dabbler with strategies and marketing strategies or your business, you're never going to reach the financial goals that you really want to achieve. So commit to mastering the skills that you need. Commit to mastering Facebook ads. Commit to building your SEO, building that brand, mastering these marketing funnels, mastering your sales process. But this is a long-term game. You cannot think this is going to happen in a month or even 2 months. Commit to mastery. That takes practice like anything. Next point, I like to use this mindset to avoid shiny object syndrome as much as possible. I always say everything is hard, so choose your hard. Building a business is hard. Learning Facebook ads and mastering Facebook ads is hard. Mastering SEO is hard. Mastering any type of business strategy that can truly take you to whole new levels are hard. There is no such thing as a easy strategy to learn. They're all simple, but they're all hard to build, to turn it into a true skill. So now that you know that, realize the grass is not greener on the other side. Know that building a business in general is going to be difficult, so choose your hard. Next point right over here. Understand that you don't have a choice. So these are pretty much your only two choices. You don't have a successful business, which sucks and is a hard choice too, or you decide to take on the hard things and you do have a successful business. And when you realize that those are only two choices, you realize, and if you are really hungry and you want to get to those really awesome goals, you realize you don't have a choice but to learn these skills. You don't have a choice but to learn advertising. You don't have a choice but to learn marketing funnels. You don't have a choice but to master sales. It is skills that every single entrepreneur must master. So when sometimes people come up to me and they're like, oh, Facebook ads are hard. I don't want to do this. It's confusing. I'm like, so what? Now what? What are you going to do? You're going to go back to the things that you've been doing for the rest of your life that have not been giving you the results? You do not have a choice. And that that's an awesome mindset to have, because you realize, there's nowhere but up. It's going to be difficult. That gets you into a place of informed optimism so you can reach your goals. So understand, you do not have a choice but to learn these things if you actually want to be successful. And the last one over here, working with mentors, having that community for support and accountability let me scroll over here, is exactly what we do in the WLMA, where we can actually teach you those skills you need to scale your business: advertising, marketing, funnels, sales. And you have a community of almost 1,000 students where you can find that accountability that you need in hard times. And you can learn more about that in the video description of this YouTube video, where you can find more resources to learn more about the WLMA to see if that's something that's a good fit for you. That's why we have the WLMA, so we can not only teach you the skills, but we can also provide you with a community, of people who want to be absolute killers in the business, and you can find accountability and collaboration from those. So if you often find, yourself in that place where you're having trouble getting to your goals, you're uninformed pessimist, and you're getting in the valley of despair, be aware and follow these tips on these post-it notes right over here so you don't end up in shiny object syndrome. You can commit to these hard things so we can really take your business to whole new levels. Anyways, guys, I just wanted to break that down. If you truly want to build a successful multiple six-figure, financially thriving business, every single one of our successful students had to get through this. They either ended up in this place of valley of despair, they beat it, they became an informed optimist, they're able to continue going through the strategies, and they were able to build a successful business. Some people who understood this from the get-go, they're able to start at the informed optimist and take their business to a financially thriving business. But you have to avoid this cycle, guys. You have to avoid this cycle of always getting into this valley of despair, finding that new opportunity, and then starting this cycle all over again and always diving into shiny object syndrome. So just a short video. I wanted to briefly share this with you guys so we can help people who always end up in those cycles. I want to take as many wedding photographers and filmmakers and wedding pros to build financially thriving, successful businesses for 2023. But you have to avoid this shiny object syndrome cycle. Anyways, guys, let us know if you have any questions, if you need any help, and we'll see you guys soon.